Good evening, everyone from New Zealand. This is Sobik in front of you, and please let us know in the chat if you can hear me properly. Hearing is more important. So if you can't hear me, or if my sound is breaking up, or things like that, please let us know. You can let us know in WhatsApp group as well. So good evening once again. Thank you, Harry. And welcome back. We are very excited to have you back. And when finished the 21 days last week, is a little bit, oh yeah, actually last week, during the evening, we found out that we were missing something as we are not with you. So today we will go through the recapping of 21 days and also go into meditation. The whole idea about intermediate sessions is going into the depth of meditation to experience the depth within us, and also to actually know how the power of Kundalini from within us can actually be used in order to get into the depth of bliss and joy. So let's first check in. Let's make note of how we are feeling just before we start our meditation. We can still have our hands on our lap as we did over in 21 days. And with our eyes closed in, we can just absorb the fingertips and see what we can feel. That will give you the indication of the state of the chakras and the state of the channels within us. So just for next 10-20 seconds, have our attention on our fingertips. All right. Okay, so just a reminder that we are being recorded live. It is being streamed live over YouTube, and we request you to have your mobiles on silent mode, microphones muted. The chat will be disabled during meditation, but after the meditation session, we can again get together and have a little session of chat, questions and answers. So before we move on tonight, I will like to ask if there is anybody who is here for the first time, please let us know. I guess you can state that over in the WhatsApp group, or you can write in the chat here if the chat is enabled. I'm not sure if it is enabled, but if anybody needs introduction to Sahaja Yoga, then please let us know, raise your hand so that we can take you to a breakout room where a practicing Sahaja Yogi can help you to get introduction about the Sahaja Yoga. All right, please let us know anytime. So okay, so today's session we'll do a brief recap. Then we will have the guided meditation, how to start your day. Now that is the key part here. So how we are going to assimilate our meditation practice into our daily lives. That is also one of the key goals of intermediate meditation sessions. We have been introduced to Sahaja Yoga meditations techniques, basic stuff, and also to feel the vibrations on our hand, the cool breeze, going into thoughtless state and whatnot. But the most important part of that is the application and the practical part. So we are going to go through that, and hopefully by the end of intermediate sessions, we will be mature enough to not only know the power of Kundalini within ourselves, but to know and have that awareness in our nervous system settled down, and we can use that, power to actually give realization to others. All right. So after that, we will listen to Shri Mataji, a short talk, and then we'll also have meditation with music, a short one again, before we finish. All right, and then we will have question and answers. So that is basically the layout of today's program. The intermediate session, if you don't know already, is actually spanning over 21 weeks, not 21 days, but 21 weeks. But we will have longer sessions on Sundays only at this time, where we will endeavor to introduce deeper subjects every week, and we'll work through that subject throughout that week. And that will help us settle down and actually enjoy the meditation. All right. So let's move on. And from 21 days, the keywords that we took away were, first of all, Kundalini. We told you that there is a power called Kundalini. We looked at the methods, the technique to raise the Kundalini, which was the first time it was called as self-realization. Then we also learned how to take bandhan and put ourselves in bandhan, the protective, you can say, a cocoon of vibrations, of energy. We also learned how to do foot soak, and hopefully you've been doing that in last week as well. We also introduced you to candling, that is giving treatment to our left side with light. We also looked at left and right sides balancing. Now that is also important. We do that every day so that we can bring our attention to the central channel and not go towards the extreme of left and right. Then we also looked at the chakras, each one of them from Muladhara to Sahasrara. Just to recap, those chakras are called Muladhara, the first one, Swadhisthana, the second one, Nabhi, third one, Anahat or heart chakra, the fourth one, then Vishuddhi the fifth one, then Agnya, the sixth one, and the Sahasrara chakra, the seventh one. And then three channels. So right channel, and the yellow one there, you can see the blue one is the left channel, and the central one, the white one, is the central channel, the Sushumna Nadi. And we also gave you the introduction about those channels as well. Then the main thing that we went through in 21 days, and we did put a lot of emphasis on this, was thoughtless awareness, which is actually the meditation. So going into thoughtless awareness, putting ourselves in the habit of going into thoughtless awareness and enjoying that is the main focus of Sahaja Yoga meditation, and also help others to achieve that and feel that joy within us is also very important. So what next? That will always be the question after we get our realization. We always ask, and I also asked that question when I got my realization, what next? Okay, I've got realization, I've had my Kundalini awakened, I felt the vibrations on my hands, I can feel my chakras and whatnot. Okay, then what next? What is it about then? All right, so the next part is, as I said earlier, to go into the depth, to touch the depth, and to unfold within us the qualities that we have not experienced before, and to basically be in the state of joy, neither happy nor sad, not too excited, not too depressed. So be in balance. And in that balance, also have the practical experience of Sahaja Yoga, where we can feel the vibrations of our chakras. We can determine what chakras are catching, and we can also cure those chakras, not only within us, but in others as well. So we move towards, in this intermediate session, move towards what we call as collective consciousness. So we have until now done the individual awakening, individual realization, you can call it. But the next step is the collective consciousness, which is not only to feel ourselves on our fingers, but also feel others, to be able to help each other and know that we are not separate, we are all one. All right. So meditation, thoughtless awareness. What are the signs? You must have, if you meditated and felt your Kundalini on your hands, on the top of your head during 21 days, and then after, then you might have already noticed some signs within you. Meditation should not be hard. Meditation should always be effortless. All right, that's second point that you can see there. And meditation should not be ritualistic. It should not be fanatical. It should be spontaneous. All right, so it is not that you schedule certain time during the week, like you go to gym every night, half an hour or 1 hour. It's not going to work like that. It has to be spontaneous. It has to be there, naturally happening within us. The only thing is we have to give ourselves space and time for that to happen. And that space and time is called a little bit of dedication, I would say, and discipline. And of course, the main point is desire to be in meditation again. So if that desire is not coming up to be in meditation, then we have to go back to the basics, look at balancing ourselves, look at getting cleared with foot soak and other methods, and see that that desire actually is popping up within us, and that is actually working and inspiring us to put ourselves into meditation. Right? Then the transformation in personality with qualities of spirit. Now this might be a little bit deep, as in realizing those qualities of the chakras that we see there. For example, the Nadi chakra, which is in the middle of the stomach, the quality is peace. And are we feeling peace from inside? Are we feel also the quality is actually a generosity, and are we actually going towards that transformation where we give up the qualities that are detrimental to our spirit, and then are those qualities that are good for our spirit happening within us or not? Not that we mentally exercise to make that happen, but what we do is we look at it and see if that is actually naturally happening. All right. So those are the signs. And in the depth of meditation, that happens, which is quite magical, I would say, because it happens and we don't actually put mental exercise on making it happen. All right. So, okay. In the next step, we will go into meditation. So that is the big part of intermediate session, as I said. Meditation and meditation and meditation. There will be a lot of meditation. Okay, that's what we want to go in. Talking is going to take us nowhere, actually. I've already talked for about 17 minutes. It's just informative. All right. So the real thing is meditation. Okay. So if we are all ready, let's go into meditation, be in that state where we can enjoy, all right, ourselves. Okay, so what we'll do is we will seat ourselves comfortably. If we are sitting on the chair, both feet separate on Mother Earth. And if we are sitting on the ground, then we will put both our hands on Mother Earth And sitting on the chair again, hands dangling down to Mother Earth or facing Mother, just like this on Mother Earth, but hanging over the side of the chair. Your spine or the back as straight as possible. So we are not slouching like this, or putting ourselves or laying in the chair too much like this. So we just sit straight on the chair or on the ground, and feet on Mother Earth if we're sitting on the chair, hands both on Mother Earth. Just for few seconds before we take bandhan. Okay, so we, by doing this, are expressing our desire to go into meditation and asking Mother Earth to take all the heaviness, all the tensions, all the negative energy from our chakras and from our nadis, the channels, into the earth element. Okay, so we just are expressing that desire to Mother Earth. Let's give next 20 to 30 seconds for Mother Earth to work on us. And in that time, we'll put our attention on top of our head. We'll just watch our mind. Watch our thoughts, that is. Let's continue next 20 to 30 seconds, not for too long, just 20, 30 seconds. Look into our mind. If there are any thoughts coming, we'll just say, not this thought. And we'll just keep on watching. We can keep our eyes closed. All right. Now, with our eyes closed, we will slowly raise our Kundalini using our hands. Raising the Kundalini we saw during 21 days of meditation. We'll keep our left hand static, and then revolve our right hand around the left hand in clockwise direction. That is, the right hand goes up and out from the body around the left hand goes up slowly, and we tie up a knot at the top of the head. Do the second one slowly and tie up 2 knots. Third one, slowly again. And tie up 3 knots. All right, and we put ourselves in bandhan. So raise the left side from the left hip up and above our head, and slowly towards the right hip, and then backwards in the opposite direction from the right up and above the head to the left hip. So that becomes 1 circle, and we do 7 of them. So number 2, put your attention at the top of your head while you do that. Number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. All right. Please forgive me if you hear a little bit of background noise. There are small kids at my home, so please cope up with that if you happen to hear them. So now what we'll do is put our left hand on our lap. Right hand goes towards Mother Earth. Our eyes closed. We will now guide our attention towards our left channel. Now, left channel starts from the Muladhara chakra, right at the bottom, goes up and above on the left side, and at the level of the forehead, it crosses towards the right side of our head, and then goes to the back of our head. So with our eyes closed, we will put our attention on all the emotions, desires that we have. We don't have to remember anything in particular. It's just that I have the emotions, I have desires. That might be our worldly desires, desires of jobs, house, cars, family, this, that, money, etc. Emotions of various relationships. So we actually put attention on that aspect of our being. And we say, dear Mother Earth, please take away all the obstacles in my spiritual ascent that is being created by my emotions and desires. So the left side is where the desires are fed from. That is, the energy of the left side is used to produce, maintain, express our desires. Now, if our desires are too worldly, or our desire is actually covering up our spiritual ascent, that is, we go towards the extreme of our left side, then instead of helping us, it begins to stop our spiritual ascent, begins to create the hurdle. So the only pure desire, that's what it is meant for, this channel. Only pure desire we must have is the desire of our spiritual ascent. So that is called the pure desire. So let's say to our Mother Kundalini, Mother, by your grace, I am the spirit. And I only have the desire to spiritually grow and be deep in my experience. So please take away all the obstacles because of my desires and emotions into the earth element. And we will now take our attention to the top of the head. And for next few seconds, 20, 30, 40 seconds, whatever. We'll just watch our thoughts. That is, we are giving the space to Mother Kundalini and Mother Earth to work on us. Let's give that time and space. Next 30, 40 seconds. As a result of this, we should be able to feel our left hand lighter, or you should be able to feel a gentle coolness on your left hand. If you can't feel this, then as an exercise, you should sit down on Mother Earth later, that is, not now, whenever you can, outside on Mother Earth directly, if you can, and put your right hand on Mother Earth, left hand on your lap, and do this exercise until you can feel the heaviness on your left side or left hand dissolve. Okay, now let's put our right hand on our lap, left hand towards the sky. So left hand, you bend your elbow, the palm faces your back, and the hand raises up and above your shoulder, just beside your left ear. Now here, we will put our attention on our right channel that starts from the second chakra, the Swadhisthana chakra, goes up and above along the right side, reaches the forehead and goes towards the left side of our head. It crosses over to the left side. Now, we'll learn one word today regarding our right side. And that word is called surrender. Now, what we are surrendering is our byproduct of overactivity of our right side. And that byproduct is called ego. And because of the ego being so subtle, we do not realize that actually we have ego. But if you do introspection, watch yourself over a period of time, how you interact with people, how you feel you know so much, and so on. There is subtle ego settling in our head. So here today, we say, "Oh Mother," to our Mother Kundalini, "I surrender my ego to you. By your grace, I am the spirit. And I am not this ego, this superego, my thoughts or my body even. I am not this. So I'm not this ego, but I surrender this ego to you. Please help me see my own ego. please help me realize that ego could actually block my spiritual ascent, block at the level of the chakra called Agnya chakra, which is at the level of our forehead. So here we say, actually, we put our attention on all our activities, mental activities, thoughts, planning, our inability to give away the thinking that we are responsible for everything. That is inability to watch the play of this divine power that we are talking about. So we say, I surrender my ego. Now let's give 40, 50 seconds, maybe a minute, and we just watch our thoughts again. We don't fight our thoughts. We just watch them. If they want to come, let them come. Just say, not this thought. And as soon as you are aware that there is a thought, it dissolves. Okay, let's put our left hand on our lap. Now we'll put our attention on our central channel. It links all our 7 chakras and Kundalini with our spirit. So we put our attention at the top of the head. While our attention is at the top of the head, that is beyond our mind, we should be able to see what we are thinking right now, or what thoughts are trying to get into our mind. Watch them, observe. Okay, so this is how we start our meditation, by putting our attention on our emotions on the left side, desires, our actions, our planning and thoughts, futuristic tendency on our right side, asking Mother Earth, Mother Kundalini to clear it, and then putting our attention on the top of the head and going into meditation. So in the morning, after getting fresh, after you wake up, it is recommended that you straight away go into meditation. At that time, the thoughts are more settled down because you have not started your day yet. And it could be as early as possible. There is no fixed time as such. But you can, for example, if you start your work at 6 o'clock, some of us, then we can wake up maybe 4:30 or maybe 15 minutes before we usually wake up, sit down in meditation, and then start our day. In the evening, when we have done everything, we do our foot soak and then sit down for meditation before going to bed. All right. Now let's listen to Shri Mataji where she talks about thoughtless awareness. While we listen to Shri Mataji, we again put our attention at the top of our head. Try not to react. And when Shri Mataji is talking, always receive that as if she is talking to you. Don't think about anybody else when you listen to Shri Mataji.
How to do meditation? Many people ask. Don't do anything. To just go into thoughtless awareness. Try to go to the thoughtless awareness. If you can get into that condition of thoughtless awareness, you've done your job. Because that's the point where you are with the truth, with the reality, with the joy, with everything that is so fundamental. When you meditate, try not to make some sort of a function out of it. No. Meditation is something silencing yourself, silencing your thoughts, and going to that deep ocean which is within you itself. But supposing you don't do that, if you don't meditate, I can make out immediately those who are meditating and those who are not. It's not difficult for me. Those who do not meditate are always hesitating. They are confused. They can't understand. And that's why meditation is the most important thing in search. Just like a light burns with the electricity flowing in it, you can say, or by because of the candles. In the same way, meditation is a continuous availability of the divine force. That will reduce all your apprehensions. Not only that, but takes out all the negative thoughts. It takes out all the discouraging things. And when you are meditating like that, thoughtless awareness, then you will be amazed how you are helped from within and without. It's a terrible power that works, this thoughtless awareness. So those who do not meditate cannot go very much far with the advantage of sadhana. One should try to meditate and go up to the point of thoughtless awareness. So, what happens to you? If you are in thoughtless awareness, what happens to you is that you get the confidence, complete confidence of divinity. You know you have that. I have seen children coming from our school in Dharamshala, extremely confident and extremely humble. And I asked them, what do you do? They said, Father, we meditate. We meditate in the school, in the evening, and that meditation helps. Imagine these small children can say that. So why not you also understand it? That meditation will give you security. It will give you a real enlightenment and a complete connection with the Divine. Without the connection of the Divine, what's the use of doing surgery? I know the people who are meditative, who have gone down into their being and who are very developed. Also, I know people who are little superficial. Your depth is in thoughtless awareness. It's a very important point which you should reach. Looking at anything, if you are thoughtlessly aware, then you really become reflective about it. Just works out that way. I don't know how far you can remain in that condition. But even for a second you can achieve it. You start achieving it more and more. I've talked so much about meditation before, but today when I see all these candles burning, I think they are all meditative. They are all in meditation, and that's how they are burning. In the same way, Sahaja Yogis who meditate, I know, and those who don't, I know. And if they have problems, I know why the problems are there. Main thing is your connection with the Divine is only possible when you meditate and become thoughtlessly aware. That's the point where Divine works. It helps. It comes to your help in such a way that you don't know how you have achieved it. So thoughtless awareness is the first point all of you should achieve. Very important. After that, we can achieve something else. But the first step is thoughtless awareness. It's very important to become thoughtlessly aware, because then there are no thoughts coming from the left or right, from the present or the future. Just in the present, you are there. It's something you all have. It's not that I'm saying that to you, but all of you have this. But steady yourself. You have to steady yourself at thoughtless awareness. How long? That's not the point. The point is once you touched it, you will go on touching it. Many people meditate, but their thought process is going on. They are not thoughtlessly silent. Now, this is the one point which is very important. If you have to grow, you should be absolutely in connection with the Divine through thoughtless awareness. You don't have to pray. You don't have to call anyone. Nothing. It just works because it is within you. All these thoughts are bombarding from both the sides in your mind. These thoughts that are coming to you have no meaning with you. They do not substantiate yourself. You are an ocean. And you have to get into that state of thoughtless awareness. It is always described in all the great books, but not so clearly as I am telling you. I don't say that some of you do not get thoughtless awareness, so they are good for nothing. No. But please try. You can all get into that state of thoughtless awareness. Even for a second, if you get it, it's a very good idea. Then you go on increasing that second. I think it's a reflecting mind. When you look at something, you become thoughtlessly aware. And then your mind reflects to the depth of what you see. That's how you all will become really very creative surgeons. What I find that this state of thoughtless awareness is not established by many, which is not good. Today, on this day of Diwali, I would say that you enlighten yourself with thoughtless awareness. It is not difficult, it is within you because thoughts are coming from this side and that side. And they are not the waves of your brain, no, just your own reactions. But in case you meditate in the real sense of the word, then you will get into that thoughtless awareness, which is a very important point. And all these nonsensical thoughts, which are of no use to you, will disappear. They won't be there, and then your growth is possible and you grow very well. Many people are here who will say, Mother, we don't get that state. Try. Try that. I don't believe you cannot get it. All of you can get that thought that I can get it and you will get it. In that, you don't have to discard anything, you don't have to see anything, just go into meditation and you'll be amazed how it will work. Of course, you are very much there, most of you, but still, I would say, increase that thoughtless awareness, that area. Today is very important because of this day of Diwali. Diwali is supposed to be Enlightenment Day. But enlightenment within is how much you are in thoughtless awareness. And everything works out because you are the ocean of it. You have it within yourself. Only you have to tap it. If you don't tap it, then it doesn't work out. You have to just tap it, and you will be amazed that you are a source of such joy, source of such happiness. I should say source of real enlightenment. So today's message is that while meditating, go into thoughtless awareness. No thought is important because it's your own creation. But if you have to become with the divine creation, you have to get to that state of thoughtless awareness, minimum of minimum. Once that comes to you, gradually it will grow. And you will be amazed how you will be able to grow into Sahaja Yoga in a very big way. Thank you very much.
We'll now continue to meditate with this piece of music. And we will again put our attention at the top of our head. We will not react to how beautiful is music or whatever, but we just put our attention and watch our thoughts. We can slowly open our eyes now. So we have come to the end of the session today, and we will finish our meditation by raising our Kundalini and taking Bandhan. So let's raise our Kundalini. Tie one knot. Second time, tie 2 knots. And third time, tie 3 knots. Then we put ourselves in Bandhan. So raise left side up and above our head, drop it to the right side, and then go back in the opposite direction from right to the left, from above the head. We do that 7 times. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the 7th. Now, let's put our hands like this at the level of our chest. Palms open outwards, facing upward at the level of our chest, eyes closed, attention at the top of the head. And see if we can feel that coolness on both our hands equally. All right. So looking back towards the tonight's session, while we were meditating, just check if you were into the state where you're not thinking at all during the meditation, and what feeling you had when you were not thinking at all. Was it calming, or you could feel the cool breeze on your hand, and so on. So that experience has to develop. So the key takeaway from today's session, which we'll continue to do over the week now, is when we start our meditation, when we start our day, actually, we meditate by putting our attention on our emotions and desire on the left-hand side and putting them into the Mother Earth. Then putting the attentions on our ambitions, our right-sided futuristic behavior, plannings, thoughts, etc., our ego, by clearing them towards the sky. And the main thing that we learned today was to surrender. Now surrender our ego from our right and superego from our left to Mother Kundalini, to this all-pervading power, and just watch the game around us. Another key point was during the Shri Mataji's talk, if you listened, she actually talked about the reflecting mind. So as a homework, we should check tomorrow when we start our day, or if you are just starting your day, then today, are you reflecting? How are you reflecting? How are you reacting to the external stimulus? If somebody is saying something to you, are you getting angry? Are you reacting to that? Are you becoming emotional? Are you able to otherwise sit in the witness state and just let it go by and just put your attention on your spirit? So these are the practical aspects of Sahaja Yoga where it allows you, or it enables you to do that. So we also have to put our attention on whether that is being applied in our daily life. So assimilating meditation practice as well as the result or the byproduct of meditation into our daily lives is the practical side and is very important in order to grow. in Sahaja Yoga. So that is our homework for today or tomorrow. That we look at our mind if we are reacting, or how we are reacting to the things that is coming from outside. All right. So tomorrow we will have half an hour session, and we will just meditate on Shri Mataji's talk. We'll listen to Shri Mataji, and we will do foot soak. So please have a bucket with a handful of salt and water ankle dip ready. And the water should be not very cold or not very hot. So lukewarm water for foot soak. All right. So it will be a short session, and it will just be Shri Mataji's talk and foot soak along with meditation. So again, we are very happy to have you back for intermediate session, and we are very happy to be with you again. So let's meet tomorrow, and hope you have enjoyed tonight's session. From us today, it is goodbye now, and good night, and or good morning wherever you are. And don't forget to visit our website if you need any information, freemeditation.com.au/May 2022. You'll have all the recorded sessions of 21 days there as well, and the recording of tonight's program. Yeah. Goodbye from me now.
Sorry, so before you go away, or anyone, anybody has got any question, clarification, we can have a chat for a minute, and then we can probably...
Yes, of course. Completely forgot about question and answers, actually.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyone want to raise hand? You can unmute yourself. I have allowed that now. Or if you want to chat, you can chat, put it in the chat box. Where is it gone? Okay, so you can write a message if you want in the chat box, or okay, no.
All right. Looks like nobody has any question.
Yeah, that's fine. All good. That's
so
good.
Please,
so tomorrow,
yeah, please enjoy your meditation, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and we'll see you tomorrow again.